Hi everyone, welcome back to this Rita Berman page. We are going to be having a go at doing the clouds today, and I've got a couple of colours that I'm going to start with, and we're going to see how they turn out. The first one I'm going to use is the blush pink, and I'm going to use this on the bottom of all of the clouds, so not here on these bottom ones here, but starting with this one. And I'm just going to put quite a thick layer at the bottom like this, and then sort of fade it up a bit like that. Now this is a colour that we haven't used on this page, so I thought it would be quite a fun one. We could have used the salmon, which is a bit paler, but I didn't necessarily want my clouds to sort of be really pale. So I thought I'm just trying to build the colour up. I really want some colour around the edge and then sort of fade it upwards. So I'm just getting there slowly. I just want to sort of fade it out to the white, or the white of the paper. We'll use the white paper like that. Okay, and I'm going to do that on all of the clouds. So it's all going to be the same on the bottom. I thought we could do them, I thought we make sense to sort of do them all the same, although you don't have to. So how I'm fading it is I'm building up the layers down here. You can see me going over and over. Now here I'm starting to have less pressure on the pencil, so we get a lighter touch. That isn't easy and takes practice. Just try going slower and sort of almost lifting your pencil a little bit off the page. It's a little bit difficult to describe the technique, but you'll get there if you keep practicing. Just imagine as you do it that the paper is actually taking the pencil off, the colour off the pencil. You're not pushing it into the paper, so it's almost like it's sandpaper and you're very gently rubbing the pencil on it, and it's just taking off a very light layer. If you imagine doing that, that can help you when you're doing the really light touch, that it's just kissing the paper really gently and taking the finest little bit of colour off. Some brands of pencil are easier than others when you're doing this, so bear that in mind too. And you can always practice on scrap paper first. And actually swatching is quite good practice, because when we swatch a pencil we would generally go hard to light in our pressure so that we can see the sort of what the pencil looks like at different amounts of layers of pencil. And so if you're swatching a lot, that helps you. You can always, if it gets too dark, erase back a little bit as well. I'm okay with how mine's looking now. This is quite a small cloud, so I'm going to fade it more quickly. Like that. Quite fun using the same colour over and over. I find it quite relaxing because you're having to keep thinking. Now, our balloon here is in front of this cloud. The cloud's not been drawn in, but we haven't drawn that in either. I think we should be able to see it. You could draw in a black line to outline the cloud. I'm not confident enough to do that. I'm going to just do it like that. This has got a defined line without it being black. You could do it in pencil, black pencil, but you would want to do it after, because you could end up smudging your pencil with your pink. And that's not going to look good, is it? Oh, this one's going up a bit high with the pink. That's okay. As long as it fades out eventually. Now this one, we haven't got the bottom of the cloud showing, so it wouldn't be so dark at the bottom. Don't worry if it is though. Could just fade it up. So I can hear a very loud aeroplane outside the window. I don't know if you can. There's that cloud. Now I have been contemplating whether to do a blue sky behind the clouds, but I've pretty much decided that by the time I've completed the clouds, I don't think I'm going to need a sky as well. The picture will be okay without it. And we've got quite a lot of blue going on, so if we do too much more blue, it might not quite look right. But we'll still see. I'm not going to make my final decision until I've finished. Can you still see what I'm doing here? I'm sorry I'm so zoomed out, but I wanted you to be able to see the whole page while I did this bit. I know some people always leave their cameras quite far out, and that some people obviously like that way of viewing. But if I'm doing something small, I like you to be able to see the little details. I didn't think it was going to be sunny today. It's been really rainy the last few days. But you just never know with the British weather. You know, it's always likely to rain. You have to always plan for rain, just in case. It would be very rare for me to go out of a distance without taking a rain mac, even on the most sunniest of days. If I'm just popping to the shop, it's not so bad because I can come home and jump in the shower and change. But if I'm out for the day, either in the car or just tucked in my bag, a little waterproof, it's quite miserable if you get really wet, especially if you get cold. Okay, I'm now going to do a blue colour. Now I've decided to opt for the light blue. I had contemplated doing the turquoise green, and I think it's a lovely colour, but because we've got it here, I think it's going to all look too similar. So I'm going for the light blue. Now this light blue is actually quite dark, so I'm going to be really careful with not layering it too dark even in its initial layer, because I don't want it to go down too dark. If you're using a different set of pencils, you might have a lighter blue, but I think I can get away with just doing it quite pale like that. And my idea is, I've just noticed we've got some dots here on our balloon we could have done in a metallic pen, is to fade it down towards the middle and leave a bit of white in the centre of the cloud. Now here we're going to go through the balloon there a bit, like we did on the other one. A little bit on that side, I think. Oops, out of the lines. Never mind. Now this one's going to join up because I've messed it up, but I don't think it matters. We'll just put a tiny bit at the top there. That one won't need any. This one can have a bit, just a little bit, and a bit on that one. A little bit there. This one needs it. Put a bit in there too, so it sort of matches up. Now to get this light effect, I'm holding my pencil quite low down, not near the tip, and I'm holding it on its side, and I'm just doing a really gentle movement. It's very relaxing. There we go. As I say, this one is quite close, so maybe not doing it that colour might have been a better idea, but it's done now. We could make that a little bit darker with the magenta actually. I think I'm going to do that. So I'm going to grab the magenta and make this one down here a bit darker. I think if the magenta is darker, it won't look so much the same as the clouds. I just found myself sticking my tongue out as I was concentrating then. It's lucky you can't see me. I think that's a bit better. I think that it jumps out a bit more now because we've got this really close to it, and I think it's better. So there, I am going to leave that there. I am not going to worry about doing any sort of sky or anything. I'm quite happy. You could, I wouldn't know what to do for sky if I was going to do it now. You know, I don't know what I would do. But there we go. So there is our finished picture. I realise today's was a little bit short. I thought it might take a while. I wasn't sure actually how long it would take. But we have finished. You could do a little bit of pink at the bottom of these. I just don't think, I think we're at the top part of the cloud, so I don't think it would show. The same as these haven't got any blue. But I'm done. So I hope that was okay. I hope you had fun with that page. Thank you for joining me and watching, and hopefully some of you coloured along or did some other colouring while watching, which I think is just as much fun and can be just as valuable. But thank you so much. Have a really, really lovely day and happy colouring.